Hi neighbor, my name is Juliet DeRienzo, and on this episode, I speak with an AppState alum. Laird heads to the Quidditch field, and I learn more about the upcoming NerdCon. And this week's Financial Minute highlights student loans. I hope you'll join me as I say, hi neighbor. Life after App can be a scary transition. Trying to find a job, possibly moving to a new city, and paying bills are all things that one has to think about once they leave. However, with the help of former students, the transition can be a lot easier. I'm joined by Chad Campbell, an alum, here to give me insight into post-grad life. Chad, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Great, thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's get some background on you.
Sure.
When did you graduate and what was your major?
So I graduated in 1999. My major was communications, and from there I've been 18 years in the industry.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
amazing. Tell me about that first job right out of college. How was that process?
It was scary, just like as you mentioned, had bills to pay. I chose to start my career out in journalism because I wanted to understand the news and the news cycle.
Great.
With the goal of working in an agency, PR agency. So then I went on to do that. And then I've also been in healthcare.
Great. So tell me about how did AppState prepare you for your career?
So Appalachian is a wonderful university. I was the first one in my family to go to college.
Wow.
And the experience that I got here, the networking that I got here, the education that I got here was phenomenal. And quite honestly, it's the foundation in which I've been able to have a very successful career, both professionally and personally.
Right. And what were some of the activities, extracurricular, or even maybe a course that really stuck out to you at AppState that helped you?
Sure. So definitely crisis communications.
Okay.
Loved that class, loved Dr. Pope. And in that class, I just found my love for crisis communications. And throughout my career, I've managed a number of high-profile crises. Some of those include a car crashing through an emergency department of a hospital. I've also managed the largest school fire in the history of North Carolina. We actually had a school catch on fire and burn down in the middle of the day.
Oh my goodness.
So, and also the elimination of 900 positions at a healthcare system. So, a lot of crisis communications, but a crisis is an opportunity, and I've been fortunate to work at wonderful organizations that value and understand the importance of crisis management.
Right. And how has that relationship been since you graduated with AppState?
I'm in frequent contact with professors, former professors. Also, I've actually hired students from Appalachian because I understand and know, because I've experienced them,
Right.
how well they're trained, that they are ready to enter the workforce. I've also had Appalachian students as interns. So it's just a great opportunity to give back to an institution that gave me so much.
Of course, of course. And you're here for the Spring Forward event. Tell me
Yes.
a little bit about your involvement today.
So today I'm very excited to be back. I've drove from Greenville, North Carolina, so I'm coming from the East Coast up to the mountains, so I'm excited about that. It's just great to be back. And today, so what I'll be doing, I'm going to be teaching a class. And then later today, I will be speaking about healthcare communications.
So you just fit perfectly right in. It's like you never
Yes.
left.
Right, it's great to be back.
That's exciting. So tell me a little bit more about why you chose AppState in the beginning.
I applied to several colleges. When I came to visit, it was just the atmosphere of the university. It was the small class size. It's the relationship with the professors. I wouldn't have went anywhere else.
I agree with you.
Awesome.
Go Nears.
That's right.
Well, Chad, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Graduation is a time of reflection and looking forward to the future. Being an alum of Appalachian State University adds you to a growing number of successful members working all over the country and world. And there's definitely a place for you. Stay tuned because Laird checks out the sport of Quidditch.
Whether you've read the books or you've seen the movies, you likely know the popular sport from the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Quidditch. I'm here at Duck Pond Field about to speak with our local team, the Apparators. Hey there, I'm here at Duck Pond Field with the club president of the Quidditch team, Josh Bartlett. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, no problem.
So tell me a little bit about Quidditch and how it's played. I'm noticing a lack of magical brooms, but...
Well, we don't necessarily fly these, we don't have that technology yet. As far as the gameplay goes, everybody has a broom on pitch. It's kind of like a handicap like you would see in soccer where you have to use only your feet, or basketball you have to dribble. On top of that, we have positions. So we have chaser, beater, seeker, and keeper. Chasers and beaters are the main positions. So chasers, they are the ones that have a quaffle, which is a deflated volleyball, and they score hoops. They just pass it back and forth. And they try not to get hit by bludgers, which are thrown by beaters, and those are more of a defense position. So they have a dodgeball, and if they tap somebody with that, they have to take their broom out, and they have to go back to their hoops and tag back in. So that kind of like is a good way to stop a drive or something like that. Keepers, they're a chaser with extra responsibilities. They're just the goalkeeper at that point. And then seekers, they catch the snitch, which is someone that typically is not affiliated with either team, and they have shorts on with a little ball attached on the back.
So you just have some guy running around, and it's like a mini game of flag football.
Yeah, basically, yep. And typically there's someone who has some wrestling experience. So we've had people thrown before. They can redirect you and just like throw you down on the ground. Some people, they like to like wrap someone up. I've seen a snitch just like grab all their limbs and like have them wrapped and like curled like a pretzel, and you're like, what is happening over there? But you're playing the other games at that point, so you're just like, I can't really pay attention to that. So yeah.
So despite the amount, like the lack of magic, there's still like, it's still very much a contact sport.
Oh, definitely. Full contact. It's any gender one that wants to play can come on the field. We actually have specific gender rules to make sure that teams aren't monogendered. You have to have two who are not part of the majority gender on the field. So that could be 4 guys, 2 girls. It could be 3 guys, 1 non-binary, 2 girls. It has to be no more than 4 of any gender on the field. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that kind of thing is really good for team balance. I remember when I played Frisbee, it was very much a similar rule. So the Apparators are but one team of many in the college league nearby. Is that correct?
This is true. So we have the U.S. Quidditch League, which is the entire nation, and then we also have the Quidditch of the Carolinas, which is CQC. And that's just North and South Carolina, and there's a couple Virginia teams in there too. So like other colleges around here that have teams is Western Carolina has a team, Greensboro has a team, UNC Charlotte has a team, NC State, UNCW, I think, and Guilford College has one too that I know of. There's probably more that I'm not recalling off the top of my head.
All right, so a pretty big league overall. And does that mean that the team is traveling a lot? How often are you on the road?
We do travel quite a bit. I'd say a good balance is probably about twice a month for us. Like last in March, we traveled on the 3rd. We went to Knoxville, Tennessee for Rocky Top Rumble for some of the Tennessee teams. And then on, I think it was the 3rd week, the 24th, we were in South Carolina at Myrtle Beach for Coastal Carolina's tournament.
All right, awesome. And so for those people who are interested in getting involved in club sports and they are interested in doing Frisbee, Quidditch, how do they get involved?
For Quidditch, it's really easy. Just go on the field and play. Other than that, we do have team dues you have to pay, but typically we let someone stick around for about a month or 2 before we even ask for those, because we want to make sure people actually like the sport before they have a financial involvement with it. It's really like we scrimmage on Sanford Mall. If someone sees us there and they want to hop on the field, just do it. We're more than happy to show someone the ropes, and we'll typically throw them right into a scrimmage and say, just go. That's the best way to learn.
All right. So for those people who are looking to get on a broom, where and when can they find you on the field?
So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:15 to 6:45 on Duck Pond Field. That's our primary practice time, and then Sundays that we don't have tournaments, we'll be found on Sanford Mall from 2 to 4, scrimmaging.
All right. Thank you so much for being on the show. Quidditch is one of many amazing club sports offered here at App State. It's a great opportunity to get outdoors, be active, and meet amazing new people. Thank you to Josh Bartlett for the interview. That's all from the field.
Every spring, Nerd Network hosts NerdCon, an all-day event featuring panels and workshops on all things nerdy. Here to talk about the event is Nerd Network President Benjamin Abbott. Benjamin, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell our viewers, what is NerdCon?
So NerdCon is a free all-day convention in the Plymouth Student Union. We rent out basically the whole building, and we have all kinds of fun things like tabletop game sessions, a cosplay contest.
So you need the entire Plymouth Student Union for this event, huh?
Yeah, basically. It's like one of the big conventions, our mini version of big conventions.
Okay, great. So what are your favorite things about NerdCon?
I really like hosting panels and discussions. I love seeing all the people in costume, dressing up for the cosplay contest, doing cosplay chess.
Sure. So what is cosplay chess? I've never heard of that.
Cosplay chess is a game where two people play a game of chess, but all the pieces are people in costume in the room. So you'll have like Darth
That's
Vader
hilarious.
killing people from other like Harry Potter franchises, stuff like
Right.
that.
That's awesome. So what are the panelists? What do they usually talk about?
They talk about anything nerdy. I believe we're having a discussion and panel on old Cartoon Network shows. We have somebody
cool.
hosting a panel on LGBT superheroes this year, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. So anyone, even if you're not involved in video games, they can come to this event and feel involved.
Yes.
Because everyone knows like Darth Vader, everyone knows Harry Potter. So that's a great way to involve the entire AppState campus. I really enjoy that. So what do you have today with you?
Well, today I have with me, this is a helmet of a stormtrooper costume that my good friend John Leppard has lent to me.
Okay.
He's helping with organizing the con, and he is very connected with Star Wars costuming like this. And
So are these the kind of costumes we can expect if we show up to the event?
Yes, some people do whatever they can, but John is very connected with bringing a bunch of other people who have costumes similar like this. They're going to be showing
It looks like exact replica.
Yeah, I was very impressed by it the first time I saw it as well.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Nerd Network. What do you all do weekly?
So we meet bi-weekly, and
Okay.
what we do is we just basically have a meeting where everybody can get to know each other and have time with friends who also have nerdy interests and hobbies. I got involved with the club last year as a freshman, and I really enjoyed it. It's where I made like my best friends here at App.
Oh, that's great. And now you're the president.
And now I'm the president.
As
so
a
it's,
sophomore?
It's,
That's
yes,
incredible.
It's been a wild ride. but I'm
So
enjoying
we
it.
have had the Gaming Network on here before. Could you tell me the difference between the Gaming Network and the Nerd Network?
Sure. The Nerd Network is devoted to kind of a broader range of things, whether you're interested in games, anime, like the Anime Club is, or if you're interested in like superhero stuff. Anything that could be construed as nerdy is stuff that we invite and people who have interests in. It's not as specific.
I see. So it's just a combination of many.
Yeah,
different
it's kind of a
things.
catch-all.
Okay, great. So, and then the Gaming Network, you all just play video games, of course, of course. What do you all do in a weekly meeting?
Normally we have a time where we play a little game just to get together and make sure everybody knows everybody if they don't new to the meetings or something like that. Then we'll talk about events, stuff people are doing, member announcements, and we'll have a time to play some games together.
Great. How long have you all been preparing for this NerdCon?
We've been preparing since the beginning of this semester, which has been getting heated up recently. But
Wow. How many times has this gone on?
I don't know exact number because I've been to NerdCon once before, and this is my first year hosting it.
Oh, great.
But it's been going on for, I'll estimate, about 5 years.
Well, that's so exciting. I hope it all goes well, especially being the president.
Thank you very much.
And do you mind if I close out the show wearing this amazing helmet?
Of course.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Oh, I've always wanted to be a stormtrooper.
This year's NerdCon will be hosted on April 28th, all day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. throughout the Plymouth Student Union. The event is free to attend, and coming up, Bryan Bouboulis is back with another Financial Minute to help debunk student loans.
Bryan Bouboulis is here again to explain some financial tips every person needs to know, especially college students. Today, he breaks down student loans. Bryan, take it away.
Thank you, Juliet. Student loans usually are broken down into two categories. You have subsidized and unsubsidized. It's very important you know what your student loan is. If it's a subsidized student loan, that means the government is paying your interest while you are in school, and that is something that you won't have to worry about. If you have unsubsidized student loans, that means you are responsible for the interest. If you are not aware of that and you aren't paying that $10, $15, $20 in interest each month on your loan, then that is accruing and actually putting you deeper and deeper in debt as you try to get out of school. So when you finish up, you'll have more debt. So make sure you're paying off your loan, your interest on your unsubsidized loans. To learn more about personal finance and student loans, you can register for Finance 2860. I'm Bryan Bouboulis with your Financial Minute.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. From chatting with an alum, to riding on a broomstick, to learning about NerdCon, Appalachian boasts so many opportunities for you to learn, grow, and explore. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchAppTV and check us out online at watchapptv.com and on YouTube at AppTV for more content and extras. Until next time, bye neighbor.